Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Headquarters. And this is quite an interesting week this week, because this week is CinemaCon week. And CinemaCon week is where a number of studios showcase some of their upcoming films that are coming later this year and potentially beyond. And there's a number of trailers that are going to be dropping over the next couple of days. And this is one of those trailers that has just dropped, today. And it is the latest chapter in the Insidious franchise. That's right, Insidious. So Insidious has always been an interesting franchise to me. It started off very strong with the Lambert family and, entering the further and these, demonic spirits that are trapped in this dark purgatory kind of place. And it started off strong, but then I think the rest of the entries in the series have been a mixed bag. And I generally feel as if they need a bit of fresh, blood put into the franchise. And so here we go. That's what I'm hoping we're going to get from the latest entry, which is called Insidious Out of the Further. And this film is going to be directed by Jacob Chase. It stars Amelia Eve, Brandon Perea, Maisie Richardson Sellers, and Lynn Shay. So Lynn Shay, she plays Elsie in these films. She's been kind of the go-to. She's like the face of the franchise, alongside, I guess, the red-faced demon, who's like the iconic figure in evil spirit throughout the course of the majority of these movies. And so this one, the title alone's got me very interested, but I do know originally the title was going to be called Insidious: The Bleeding World. So I don't know why they've changed the title, but here is the premise of the latest entry. Gemma, a young mother raising her daughter in the house she grew up in, discovers she can travel into the further, the purgatorial realm of lost souls at the heart of the Insidious universe. When something evil comes after her, Gemma discovers an ability that changes everything. She doesn't just enter the further, she can bring what lives there back to the real world. Once the demons realize her power, our world becomes their playground. Boom. Straight away, this has got me interested. They're changing things up by the sounds of things. This hopefully is going to be, the film that really changes the direction of the franchise. So here we go.
How are you doing today? All right. I'm just gonna take a look inside. Looks like there's something stuck in here. Dad, ever since she was born, it's been just the two of us.
Hi.
Hi. We were really happy. Had some sleep. Until I started having these dreams. Maya? I'm scaring my daughter. I need someone to tell me how to stop this.
Those are not dreams, Gemma. You have a rare gift. The ability to travel into the realm between this world and the next one. But you can do something I didn't know was possible. You can bring demons back to the human world permanently.
What happens if I can't control this?
Wow. So mixed feelings with this one. It does. I like the concept of the new story of the movie. I like what the changing things up with the idea and the concept of the actual story within the confines of the Insidious franchise. That now that the spirit can bleed basically into our world through this woman Gemma, and now they're going to be running amok, terrorizing. Hopefully, we're going to see that them terrorizing not just Gemma and our child, but they're going to be just randomly showing up in the next door neighbor's house and causing riots. That's what I want to see. I want to see proper fear, proper scares, and really amplify what they're projecting, which is that these things can now enter our world. But there is one thing that I've noticed in the trailer that always worries me, is they're showing you a lot of the jump scares. And my memory in my what I remember of the last few films is the trailers for those films also showed you a number of the jump scares, and there was only maybe one or two that you never seen that popped out at you. But by the time they happened, you were already prepared for when something was going to happen like that, because the films are set up to just jump at you with these scares. And that's always been my worry about the Insidious films, is that the first two films were really compelling, in my opinion. They had, about the Lambert family and about Josh, who, he was his like consciousness was stuck in the further and being held captive by the red-faced demon. And, that was compelling storytelling. And I don't think these films have bad stories. I just think it's how they're executed. And I think they rely more on the fear and the jump scares and trying to create those, environments and emotions, rather than focuses on what should be the main focus, which is just an amazing story. And that just the whole idea of this film, like its concept, is brilliant. I just hope that the jump scares and they trying to just, find these quick little things that, scare the audience is going to overshadow what could be a really great, scary movie. And that's my only worry about these films. But I recently did the Insidious franchise discussion with DJ Anubis of the Metal Tavern Radio. And, great channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to JJ Anubis's channel. And, I had a blast talking about these films because I hadn't seen these films in quite some time. And I personally think, even though I liked the first two, I think the third one had quite an interesting, the most emotional plot when it came to that story. But this does look fun. I do hope it changes things for the franchise. I hope it gives them more than what we're just seeing in the trailer. So I'm 50-50 with this one. I'll be quite honest, 50-50 with my feelings on it. But it's still probably, going to do well because the Insidious films do have a loyal following. So that's just my opinion on Insidious. Let me know what you think of Insidious, The Bleeding World, or Out of the Further, as it is now called. And let me know in the comments below. But until next time, keep on enjoying your movies, keep on enjoying all things entertainment. Catch us at the next one.